Hi everyone, and welcome to this fun little weekend vlog with this cutie little frog guest star. And I thought it would just be fun to kind of show you how we're setting up our new garden beds on our little homestead this year. So we're combining two different methods of regenerative and sustainable agriculture, which are known as hugelkultur and lasagna gardening. So this basically involves creating layers of natural materials that will break down over time and help to feed our soil and then hopefully produce better plants. So our first layer in our beds is going to be just cardboard, and this serves as a weed barrier, but it would also decompose over time and just serve as the base of our foundation. My husband, he's basically cut down a bunch of dead trees that were at his parents' property, and we're gonna stack this over top the cardboard, and this is gonna help bulk up the beds, but again, it's gonna break down over time, and we're already using a dead material, which is really nice. Now I'm just gonna come through with the hose and start to wet everything down, and this basically helps to begin that decomposition process by getting everything as super saturated as you can. Ideally you would want to do the cardboard first, but for this first bed we're just going to do both layers at the same time. Our next layer is a hay layer. So we got a couple bales of compressed hay, and we're basically just packing that hay on top of the wood and then all to like the nooks and crannies. And at this point our beds are going to be about halfway full, so we're really packing that puppy up good. And then I'm gonna go in with that hose again, and I'm gonna saturate everything just like I did in the previous layers to again help initiate that decomposition process. Then we're getting into the more soil layers. So our first layer of soil, we just added some peat moss, which helps to just amend the soil and improve its structure and help with water retention. And then we get into the stinky, smelly stuff, which is our compost manure mix. And I believe we are using about 5 bags of this per bed, but we mainly only focused on one bed today. And then basically you just mix it all together, you know, like Hannah Montana would say. And then we put our topsoil on, and I just, you know, again, mixed it, spread it out as he was adding it, and then this is what the full bed looks like once it's all done. So again, we're not experts, it's just something we're playing around with this year to see how well our beds do, but this from our research and like what works best in our area, this is kind of the little formula that we came up with for our gardening season. Grill master! Doesn't it feel like summer? Did it thunder?
Hey, baby.
You did so good in the thunder.
Yeah, I know. You want the thunder.
Yeah, those are looking good.
Lost all of the skin floss, so that's all wiggles around. If you're doing it, you're like, this is stupid. Yeah.
Hi everyone, happy Saturday. I believe it's May 3rd. I think it's another rainy, gloomy day. I don't think I actually filmed an introduction to this vlog yet because yesterday I was just so busy with garden plants and projects that I just like immediately started filming, and that's what we did most of the day. It was like on and off, raining and thunderstorming, so I kept like bringing my phone inside, outside, inside, outside, so it just got a little chaotic. So today should be a little bit more chill. It's actually like the afternoon right now. It's like 2:30, and I'm about to just head to the local little grocery store. Ooh! I have like a new little tripod that I'm trying out, so bear with me. But I'm just heading to the small little grocery store in town because I'm actually making meatloaf for dinner, which I haven't done in like forever. And everyone knows you need mashed potatoes with meatloaf, and I have no potatoes. So is this crooked? This is very crooked. So I am going to the store, pick up some potatoes, a couple extra little things, and yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going to be making a big meatloaf dinner tonight, And so that'll be fun. What else am I doing? I have a little bit of a cross stitch yarn mini haul, so show you guys that too. And yeah, just basically little crafty things, like a little crafty update, because I haven't really filmed much this weekend of like the projects I've been working on yet. So I'll give an update of like where I'm at with those like couple cross stitch projects. I haven't done any crocheting yet this weekend, but I've worked on a couple cross stitch projects. So I'm gonna head to the store and then we'll come back home and update. I got a notification that my new Bumblebee Acres Disney yarn came in for this month, so I just got that out of the mailbox. So we're for sure gonna do an unveiling. So we'll have yarn and a little cross stitch goodies to show you. All right, let's go to the store because I've already been procrastinating this enough. It's like so annoying to have to leave a house on a Saturday when you have no plans, but it's okay. It's gonna be a lovely dinner. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm done at the grocery store, and I really don't like coming to this grocery store at all because it's just like a little small town one. But like the only downside of living in the Adirondacks is that you kind of have to drive to get anywhere. So like the closest big grocery store is about 20-ish minutes away, but if you want to go to like a bigger town or city where there's like actual shopping, that's like 30 to 40 minutes away. So we usually only do our big shops like once a week because it's a little bit of a drive, but we're used to it. So yeah, this grocery store is like pretty overpriced and doesn't have much of a selection, but for odds and ends, when you don't want to like travel a far distance or like if you forgot something for dinner, it's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna head home now and eat something because I'm getting pretty hungry. So let's drive home. Okay, we're back home. We're fueled. I ate some lunch. I just ate some leftovers from last night's dinner. And now I want to get into all the fun, like little things that I've picked up over the last couple weeks because I really want to start them. And it's not enough to like make it a true haul video, and it came in a little late where I couldn't include it in my last Flosstube update, so I'm gonna put it in here. So we have some cross stitch related goodies, and we have my skein of April yarn, or April Disney Magic Kingdom yarn from Bumblebee Acres Farm, which is really exciting. But first, I need a beverage. So I need something cold. We're doing a seltzer today. Waterloo is my favorite seltzer. I don't find that it's like too carbonated because sometimes polar seltzer is like very carbonated for me. It will hurt my sensitive little throat. But this is interesting. It's huckleberry cobbler flavor. And I was like, ooh, I don't have a very like refined palate. Honestly, my favorite foods like are foods that are all mixed together, weird flavors, resembles baby food. So I'll probably like this. My husband was like, oh, why'd you get that? But I had to try it. And I didn't even realize that it said this, but this is maybe a Guy Fieri collab because it says Flavortown, Guy Fieri's Flavortown on it. So let's give it a try. Ugh. Okay. Smells good. Smells berry-ish. Oh, that's honestly really strange because it tastes just like a cobbler. I like it. I like it. It's just like a berry cobbler, honestly. That's interesting, but refreshing. Okay, so let's get into the reason why we're here right now. Okay, so if you guys watched my last little designer spotlight series, I did it for the Blue Flower, or Janine McGowan. And I absolutely love her, and staring at all her patterns for so long while like making and editing that video, I was like, I have to buy this one pattern. And that was Happy Campers. Let me take it out of the plastic. Let's see. So I purchased all of this stuff from 123Stitch. I really like 123Stitch because of the shipping costs. It's only like $3.49 to ship, and there's usually a lot of sales, which is really nice. So I got Happy Campers. Oh my gosh, I could not get this pattern. It is just a true Adirondack pattern if I've ever seen one. You have a log cabin, you have a really, really fun border. I'm so excited to do this border. I've never done a border in this shape either, and I love these motifs right here. You have a bear camping, you have little canoeing animals, and then a little like squirrels and stuff picnicking, and then these guys are rounding it out, roasting some marshmallows. It is just the best thing I've ever seen, and I had to get it. I got all this stuff with a gift card that I had left over from Christmas that I just haven't spent. So, and I was savoring it for this next thing that I'm showing, and I just had some left over, so I purchased and kitted up everything for the blue flowers. So I got the pattern and all the floss that it is called for. So I believe that's this DMC. I haven't organized it yet because I got 2 patterns, but I got all the called for. So I got DMC, and then there's some Weeks Dye Works. I believe it just uses, yeah, Weeks, and I think a couple Crescent Color Works. Where did I put that? Oh, it's right here. It was underneath everything. Some Classic Colorworks was with it too. So I got all of that. I'm like fading fast. I need to like keep going. Okay. So with this pattern, oh, also I am like obsessed with the quote. It says, "I heard the mountain wind conversing with the trees," and it says it's an excerpt from The World Voice by Bliss Carman. I couldn't think of anything better for the Adirondacks. And then it says this model was stitched on 40 count light mocha, and I knew if I did this on 40 count, I would not enjoy it. I'm not a big 40 count person, honestly. I have one current 40 count project, and it's been like a bit of a slog and a little bit difficult to get myself to stitch on. So the fabric I went for, instead of getting the 40 count light mocha by Swigert, I got the 36. So same color, just I got the 36 count because I enjoy 36 count, and I know even though this is going to be a little bit bigger, I'm fine with that. I think it's going to be really nice big, and it's going to make me want to stitch on it more because I know if I did that on 40 count, I would be kicking myself. And then this next project, oh my gosh. So I got all this stuff with a gift card that I got at Christmas time, and I've been specifically saving this gift card because one of my like favorite market releases, well, it's technically a market release, but it wasn't released at market, unfortunately, was from Cosford Rise, the Cicada song sampler. And when it released, I like went to buy it. It was sold out, blah, 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 but it finally was back in stock. The Cicadas song sampler. This is truly one of my favorite samplers I've ever seen. I love the house. I love the saying, which it says, "Oleia blooms in cotton fields where gentle rivers wind, in southern warmth and cicada song, the heart of the home you'll find." So not only is the quote really precious, and the house is really precious. I love like a little brick house with a water wheel, but this border, it might be a little bit hard to focus. I am so excited to do this border, specifically this little tree with a little raccoon, and you have like little swampy bit right there, but it is just the best, and I'm so excited to work on this. Truly, I'm dropping things. Truly, I have been just thrilled and waiting on bated breath for this pattern. One thing to note is that I did have to do substitutions because 2 of these flosses were sold out on 1-2-3 Stitch. So I think I subbed them with like a week's dye works. I forget what it was specifically. I think the ones that were out was Oscar and then one of the yellow ones. So I subbed it, and I haven't like compared it with the original yet, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to like putting things up like this, and I love the original one so much. So I don't know, I might have to like go and get the actual called for. Oh, it was Carriage Black. Now I'm reading it. Yeah, it was Carriage Black. I subbed it with something else. I forget what. And then Oscar, I had to sub. So I think I just did, Carriage Black is a Gentle Arts. I think I just subbed that for the week's dye works equivalent. And then Oscar was a week's dye works. I think I subbed that with a Classic Color Works one. Maybe. I have to like look back on my order and see specifically. But I did that. This pattern is the design size is 226 by 225 on 36 count vintage country mocha, which surprisingly, this is my first time working on a vintage country mocha, and I'm so excited. Oh, look at that like beautiful modeledness. In my opinion, this is like one of the perfect modeled neutrals, and that's probably why so many people have used it, and the reason why it's like the called for so many different patterns. So I got the called for that, and 36 count I love, so I'm so excited to do that. And then last but not least, I just picked this up because I'm in my head almost done with my Kiore Ibata Kiore like Mountain Refuge pattern, and I'm already like queuing up the next one that I want to do like when I'm done with that. So I just like, her patterns are typically in DMC, so that's like easy to get in stores. So I just got the fabric that I'll need, and a lot of her patterns are just on a 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. So I just got an 18 by 27 inch piece of that, and I'm probably gonna do the Country Oasis pattern maybe, but also maybe one of the farm patterns. I think they're upstairs, I don't have them down here, but I have like the Strawberry Farm one and Sunflower Farm. So it's gonna be a hard choice which one I'm gonna want to do. I might have to start both, honestly, like one farm, one of the next like similar style patterns to Country Oasis. We'll see. But I got that so that I am just prepared to take off once I'm done with the Mountain Refuge one. So that's all my cross stitchy goodies, and on to the yarny goodies that I have. My hair is just like a mess today, but like I said in the car, I got my Bumblebee Acres Disney yarn in the mail. This is going to be April's colorway, and if this is one of the first videos you're seeing from me, I don't know, this will probably be like a yearly thing that I do, but last year I crocheted myself a Disney blanket using Fangirl Fibers like monthly Disney subscription club. So I made that. It was in a DK weight, so it took me about a year to make. So each month I got a yarn, blah blah blah, put it in the blanket, and this year I went with Bumblebee Acres Magic Kingdom yarn. So I'm really excited to open this, so let's crack her open because I can hardly wait. Oh my god. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is Space Mountain. Are you kidding me? I love it. I absolutely love it. And I don't have any yarns, I think, that are similar to this at all. So this is going to be a really fun pop of color. And I love when a yarn is like super variegated because it just makes it so much fun to work with. So I got the Space Mountain yarn. So fun. And then I'll show you what else it comes with. It comes with a really fun little sticker. So it's a little Space Mountain sticker, which is so adorable. I don't know what I've done with my other stickers. Maybe they're in these drawers. I'll have to look. My craft room is literally a mess. These last couple weeks this place has just been like a dump and load zone for all the miscellaneous things. So I really need to organize it. But yeah, it says, it gives me like a little explanation of the ride. So it just talks about Space Mountain in general and like how it's important to Magic Kingdom and how they made this yarn. So it says, we try to capture that feeling of the ride in the colorway where we use many fluorescent and blacklight activated dyes that glow and sparkle against the darkness of the rest of the skein. A stark contrast in the last two pastel and sweet colors we did. So does that mean this glows in the dark? Like if I put a black light on this? That's so cool. That is so cool. Bumblebee Acres, you did it again. I'll show you like kind of what it's gonna look like all together so far. So, okay. Let's see. So I literally haven't decided what blanket I'm gonna do yet. I need to do it. I just have not sat down. I think I have kind of the pattern that I'm gonna do in mind, but I just have not sat down and like actually purchased it from Ravelry and like went through the pattern and like skeined these up into like a little ball or whatever it's called. My brain is blanking. So winded. I haven't wound the yarn yet and I need to do that. But this was like the first month, it was just Magic Kingdom Castle, and then the second month was Dumbo, and then this yarn. Oh, it's such a fun contrast, and I feel like these go really, they're like very good contrasting colors together. So I'm really excited for that. Seeing them all together right now is making me really want to start the blanket. Really wanting to start it. And honestly, I could literally I could restart the garden party blanket. I wanted to be like more creative and choose a pattern I haven't done before, but I already know how to do this one so well. So I don't know what to do. For me with crochet, like the hardest thing to do is honestly choose the pattern that I want and start the pattern. Once I get going, I'm like on a little roll, but it's hard to get me to start. But I want to because I kind of miss doing my blanket at night. I think I'm gonna need to do that. Maybe like I should set a goal for by tomorrow. I need to like start my blanket and get it going. Okay, so that is basically all of my haul that I have. It's just a little tiny mini haul. I guess it could have, I don't know. I'm a blabber, so I feel like maybe I could have made it into a full video, but it's fun to just like sneak these things into a vlog every now and then. So yeah, this room is a mess. I should really clean it up a little bit. You can't really tell, but my desk is atrocious and it's kind of draining. And all my cross stitch stuff like that I have organized on different shelves, I got like in a mood where I needed to go through all my patterns and see what I have and see what I want to do. and I just left it all out. So it's a scattered mess. My type B brain is really showing, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, I guess maybe because I really want to start this mountain happy camper pattern. So maybe I will honestly measure the fabric out and kind of right where, like, I put my little margins in with a little heat erasable pen. I just like I'll probably mark top left corner start, so that when I get in this inspired and in the mood, I can start this one. I think I'm gonna do that and then do some laundry, because the amount of laundry that has been piling up has just been crazy. But we've done so many outdoor projects that I haven't really done many indoor cleaning type things, so I need to get my butt in gear with that. Okay, so I separated all of my threads out from like their little baggies because they were all mixed together. So I have all of the DMC for happy campers, and then all of the fancy flosses for that project as well. I love this like very dark, moody, natural vibe. Lots of greens, lots of just like very earthy tones, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I'm going to put all that together in a project bag once I like measure out where I'm going to start. And then I also separated the stuff out for Cosford Rise. So I like figured out what my substitutions were. So I have all the called for fancies and the 2 DMC. And then what I did sub out based on 1, 2, 3 stitches recommendation. So I know where is it? Carriage Black, the Gentle Arts Carriage Black was sold out. So I got Blackboard. I have to look up a picture of like the difference between the flosses, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. And then I subbed out the Weeks Dye Works Oscar for their recommendation of Classic Colorworks P-Pod. So again, I'm gonna have to double check these, see if those are adequate substitutions. I was just so excited to get this pattern that I just went, okay, whatever, add to cart. And I think since then, the Gentle Arts Carriage Black is back in stock because I like signed up for the notification. But yeah, that's my substitution, and I'm very excited. I don't think I'm gonna start the Cicada song sampler until I can confirm, until I like actually sit down and look up if that's good. It's not like speaking to me right now. I'm more being called towards happy camper. So that's what I'm gonna start out with. So it always takes a little bit of a second to organize these flosses, but it is just so much fun. Like, since I am fairly new to stitching, like just seeing all these beautiful variegated flosses is like so fun. And I just watched a Thread Gremlin video where Elizabeth was talking about Weeks Dye Works Sweet Potato, and it looked so beautiful. I can't remember if she used it in her like Maggie Manor pattern, maybe. I can't remember what it was, but this looked stunning. So I'm so excited to use it. I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together. And I love working with Classic Colorworks. I think I prefer 2 Weeks Dye Works because it's just so soft. Like, it's just a much softer thread, and when I've used Classic Colorworks in the past, it doesn't split as much, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm frogging something out with Weeks, it typically always like shreds and rips on me. Classic Colorworks, I haven't had that experience yet. I don't know, maybe it's my tension, maybe it's a million other things. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm very happy this all finally came in. Everyone, happy Sunday. It has just been a lazy Sunday here, as it usually is. It's been like very rainy and kind of cold, so I have been holed up under a blanket, basically just watching some YouTube, watching some Flosstube videos, catching up on that stuff. Basically this weekend, I guess I'll just talk about like the few videos that I have watched so far, but I've watched the newest Thread Gremlins video, which I love them. So every time they upload something new, I'm like immediately watch. So I watched their video. I watched the Sweetwater Stitchers retreat recap, and I watched half of Stitching Shan's newest update video, and then I just watched a bunch of old Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch vlogs. So that was really fun. So that's just kind of what I've been watching this weekend. And I have worked on quite a few cross-stitch projects, but I have put some time into some projects, and I don't think I've really filmed much of them yet. So I thought I would bring my basket down here and show you some of the progress I've been making. So this weekend I've been really focusing on one main project just because that's what I've been like super drawn to stitch on, but I did put some time into cutie Miss Maggie May. I love her. It seems like animal crackers right now are having their moment, as they should. And Maggie May's a popular one, as she should, because she's adorable. And I could, if I really sat down and really worked on her, I could have her done pretty soon, I would say. And she's just the cutest, but I did make a little tiny mistake while stitching this. So let me get my board and I'll show you. Let's see. So, little whip update. So I didn't put much work into her. This was just, I did like one stitching session on her. So if you've watched my previous Flosstube videos, you'll know that I made a little bit of a mistake in part of her sweater. Didn't really want to pick it out. So I said, okay, before I finish that side, I'm going to work on her other side and see if I can just make it work, which I probably will be able to. I'm just like getting rid of that perfectionist brain where if I'm doing a pattern, it has to be perfect, because it doesn't have to be. Nobody will probably notice but me. So I've just been working on her other half of her sleeve of her sweater. So not much work has been done on her, but she is quite cute. And I really do enjoy working on her. And honestly, I'm in my like fill-in era. I like was never a fill-in stitcher. Like I found it kind of boring. But now it's having its moment because it's just something super easy. Don't have to use my brain. And I can just go to town and really like mindlessly stitch. So I'm excited to get her like the rest of her outline, because I think once I do, she's gonna go by like really speedy quick. So that was like, I think my Saturday morning I spent with Maggie May. And then this next project, I did not think it was going to make an appearance this weekend, but I put in a little bit of time on this one. Oh, I lost my needle, I think. Oh, this is going to give me anxiety. Oh, wait, no, did I? Did I try? I might have taken the needle out this morning because my glasses and stuff aren't in here. I probably took the needle off of this project. Does anyone else get like massive anxiety when they lose a needle? Oh my gosh, it's like so triggering to me. I'm like, where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna not focus on that and I'll search for that later. I'm pretty sure I put it on another project because I did attempt to stitch on my Lola Crow Extraordinary Birds stitch along this morning, but then my uncle came over and I just ended up not even getting to work on it. But I put in some progress on my Flossy Fox Shop Swamp Magic. Here, I'll layer some. Oh, my dog is really barking like crazy. Hold on. So I think my dog's done barking now, but I put some serious time into my Swamp Magic pattern by Flossy Fox Shop, and I am absolutely loving what this is working out to be. I got to the cutie little duck pond, which is what I was most excited to stitch because I love a mallard, and I started to do like the other beak on the other duck, but I wanted a little bit of a break. So I also have like the flowers done. I think that's like a cutie little crab. Started working on some other flowers, and I'm pretty sure I did like all of this house as well, and maybe like a couple clouds. I only had one part of the chimney done because I was missing this dark purple, but a couple weeks ago I did go out and get that DMC color. And I started the house, and I'm loving it so far. What I'm not loving about this pattern is there's so much color change. Like each motif has like, I would say at least 3 to 5 colors or something like that. It is just a lot, and I'm probably not being as like technical as I should. I am like jumping around. Like I'll expose myself right now and show my backs. My backs are not pretty and perfect, and I tie knots with everything, which I know isn't that good. But yeah, I'm jumping around, and I think that's the only way to keep myself sane when working with this many color changes and like still have it be enjoyable. So yeah, I'm loving this. At first it was like kind of hard to motivate myself to stitch on it because I only had a little bit of stuff done, but once I started to get this house going and started branching off into the other motifs, it is just coming alive, and it looks amazing. I'm loving it. I think it looks so good, and it's totally not my style, and it's so many colors. Like it's so brightly colored. I'm more of like a neutral-ish person, and I'm just loving it still. So I'm really glad I put in a lot of time on that. I did not think that that was going to be my weekend project, but it's totally turned out to be that. I mean, I feel bad because I should be putting like way more time into my Lola Crow Sal, and I just haven't because I've just been getting sucked into the other things. But hopefully I'm definitely going to put in some time to it this week. I know like once I get going, even if I'm not like called to work on a project, just putting a couple stitches and making some progress, I like get really excited about it. So I'll probably put in a few stitches tonight and then end up working on that for a good portion of the night, but you never know what's going to happen with me. So what else? Another thing that I wanted to do, because I showed you guys my new yarn I got in, and I've decided that I am going to sit down. I've decided on my blanket pattern that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to wind this yarn up, and I want to start this blanket because now is the time. This beautiful yarn cannot sit in my stash any longer, and like I just keep getting each month in, and I haven't even kept up with it. So I want to wind up the yarn today and work on it. So here's the blanket. This blanket is by While They Dream, and it's the Orion blanket. Let me see if is my brightness up all the way? I'll turn it up a little more. So I think this is the blanket I'm gonna go for. I don't think I'm gonna do these little tassels at the end. I have to see. I just don't think I'll have enough yarn for that. But I love it. And it's not going to be as stripy as this because I am going to be doing it each month. So it's just going to be in one color block. So I'll have like one skein, one skein, one skein. It's not going to be like multi-striped like this. But I think this will be a nice blanket pattern. So I'm just really excited. I've been looking at this pattern for a while. I've been trying to decide between a couple different patterns, but I think that this one's gonna work best. We'll see. But yeah, I love it. It says it's a beginner pattern, which I like. Not a lot of thinking to it. Uses a size 5mm hook, and it says all you need to know is how to single and double crochet. So super duper easy, and I think it'll work up really fast. So I'm going to wind these up and buy this pattern and start it. So that'll be a really fun project to start. So since I'm on like the topic of crochet projects and getting my butt in gear with starting new whips with them, so I have that plan for my Disney blankie that I'm going to be doing for this year. I also have a beautiful yarn advent that I purchased last year. I usually, for the past couple years, I've purchased one advent per year as like a little gift to myself. And I was gonna go with Bad Sheep's advent calendar because she's one of my favorite yarn dyers. It sold out before I could get it 2 years ago. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one. But then when I saw that Fangirl Fibers had a Beauty and the Beast advent, I could not resist because Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie. I got married at Disney this year, or the year that it came out, so 2024. And I had just like a lot of Beauty and the Beast elements in my wedding. So I thought that this would be really sweet, and it can be whatever I make with it could be like a wedding not memorial, but like an honorary wedding piece that I could eventually pass down as well. So I have 24 mini skeins of this, of like all different colors, and it came with one full skein as well. So I have been, it's like, I'm not the crocheter that can just like freehand something. I need a pattern. I don't want to say I'm not that skilled at crochet, but I just, now I have a Ravelry ad. I just can't comprehend doing something freehand yet. I'm just like not at that level. So I've been searching for patterns, and I also find I struggle with some crochet patterns sometimes because I'm not like I don't want to say I'm not a standard size, but I typically, my measurements run more plus size. So I always want to find like a size inclusive design that will fit me and I know that I'll wear. So a lot of the times I go with patterns that even if I mess them up and don't get the tension right or the gauge right, that it'll still fit me. So that'll end up being like a lot of the times like ponchos or wraps or things like that, because I know it'll be like tried and true and that I'll wear it. So I think this is what I'm gonna go with for my Beauty and the Beast crochet. So this is I was like going back and forth between, do I do like a shawl or like a baby blanket? But I'm gonna do a shawl or like a wrap. And I'm gonna do, this is called the Agnes Crocheted Advent Wrap, and it's by Dawn Barker. So it's just, I don't even know like what is the stitch? It's just really pretty. One Barker, let's see, I don't know. Complete wheel motifs. Ooh, I don't know, will that be hard? That's what it says. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It is just like a gigantic wrap. It says you use 24 mini skeins, one full skein. So I think that's going to be perfect. So I think I'm going to purchase this pattern as well, along with the blanket pattern. So I have it and it has a plan, because I don't want this beautiful yarn to just sit. I want to use it. And I find with hand-dyed yarn, sometimes it's so hard for me to use it because it's literally like a work of art, and I don't want to say ruin it, but like if I mess up a pattern, I don't know. But it's not doing anything sitting. It has to be used. And I have so many of these bags, and it's taking up like a full cubby. So it would be nice to get them out of their package and put to use. Gonna open the first pack. I didn't know if I wanted to make like a separate like make a crocheted advent wrap with me, but I'm gonna just put it into this video because I think the wrap's gonna take me like a while to make, and then that means the video is gonna take a while to make. So I'd rather just sprinkle it in. So I'll open the first one. So the first colorway is called Funny Girl That Belle. You know, from the opening song in the movie. So, da 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 da! Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. It's just like her dress. Like that blue and white. And this yarn is so super soft. I'm pretty sure I got the fingering weight because it's super thin. I like can't remember. And I don't remember why I got fingering weight. It might have been only what was offered, I think. But that is beautiful. And so yeah, that is beautiful. It'll be the first color in my Agnes wrap. I did open these like when I got them. Well, I actually opened them because I waited till I got home because I was in Disney for 2 weeks last December. So I waited to open this like when I got home from my honeymoon. And I kind of just opened them all at the same time. So yeah, this is the first one. I didn't want to like forget, or I wanted to know like in that time what is my hair doing, what each of them was, but I put them back in their baggies so I would still kind of like be surprised when I open them up. So I do kind of remember like the color scheme, but I don't remember each one. But this is gonna be perfect. Funny Girl That Belle. So beautiful. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited to like really dive back into my crocheting because I've only been like actively working on one-ish project. So let's go wind these up and purchase some patterns, and we're gonna start one of these tonight. One of them, probably the blanket. We'll see. Maybe I'll start both. Who knows? So my yarn winder and my Swift are literally the banes of my existence. I absolutely hate winding yarn. I don't know if it's a me problem or a them problem. I'm gonna say it's a them problem. I am just so bad at winding yarn. Like this is one skein and I had to do it in 2. And like the tension's just poor. This thing doesn't move. This is not good. I don't know. I don't know if I just need to like watch more videos on how to do it or upgrade my cheap plastic Amazon set. Because it's not doing it for me. It's not doing it for me. It helps if I have like another person hold tension on like a strand of yarn across the room. It makes it, if that makes sense, it makes it go faster. But this, it doesn't work. And I know I could put this farther away, but this is just like a table setup I have. And like the clamp is not secure at all. Ugh, I hate it. I just hate it, but I gotta get it done. Done winding all the yarn, and that took, I'm not going to tell you how long it took me because it took me an embarrassing amount of time, and I know I'm winding it wrong probably, and no one believe me in the comments for it because I'm sure you could see 1,000 things I'm doing wrong, but I'm just winging it. But I wound up the first skein of my Advent, which was Funny Girl That Belle, and it's so cute and petite and dainty since it's fingering weight. And I'm gonna get this going in its project bag. So with the Advent, it came with a really cute Beauty and the Beast drawstring bag. So I'm gonna put it in there so it has its little pouch. I'm also gonna put the needle minders that were in needle minders. This isn't cross stitch, the stitch markers in its bag with its home so I can use them. And these are gonna be kind of hard to see because they're like metallic-y, like acrylic, but you can see this one. There's just like a little tiny Beauty and the Beast dress, and then the rest are like these acrylic, shiny, metallic stitch markers that go along with the movie. So there's one of like Mrs. Potts, there's one of the Cogsworth's face, and then there's like some foodie ones for like Be Our Guest theme. So that's gonna go in here and live in its little cutie Beauty and the Beast pouch. And then this is my big project basket, and my original blanket project from last year lived in here, and now I have my basket of all the yarns. So each yarn of the Bumblebee Acres farm that I wound, I was able to get it into two, like what do you call them, like 2 yarn balls a piece basically. So you have Dumbo, which honestly I feel like wound up, this is like my favorite. I feel like when you wind it up from the skein into its cute little ball, it gives it new life. It looks so pretty. I love it. And then this is Magic Kingdom Castle. So this will be the first one I start with. Very pretty. And then last but not least, which I'm excited for this one. This one is just like totally cosmic, which is like what it's supposed to be because it's for Space Mountain. Isn't it like blueberry cosmic-y vibes? Oh, I love it. I love it. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. So cute. I can't wait. So my little basket of Bumblebee Acres yarn is now gonna live upstairs in my little project station situation in my living room. And it's gonna be ready for me to crochet with. So now I need to buy the patterns and get out the hooks. I think the blanket pattern is a 5mm hook, which is my favorite hook size. And then I think this little Agnes shawl one for a fingering weight is like 3mm. So I'm gonna go and find that. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna actually like work on it right now. We'll see. I think it's like 5-ish, but we'll see what I get my hands on. I'm definitely gonna probably start it tonight. We'll see if I have the brain capacity to start a new crochet project at night when I haven't like read a pattern in a while, and I'm gonna have to like reacclimate my brain to reading patterns. But it'll be fun.